IUIC TV, where we are recreating the narrative for the black family. As the Bible says, where there's no vision, the people perish. The media have been vehicles that have conveyed destructive images of God's children, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not only are we in the streets, but we are on the airwaves and networks, compelling our people to come back to their heritage. Tune in to IUIC TV.
Check this out, listen.
Second Ezra chapter 13 and verse 40.
I want somebody to give me Oscars on their phone real quick. All right, check this out.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king.
Okay, the 10 tribes, which is called the Northern Kingdom, all right, because the kingdom split under King Solomon because of idolatry.
Good.
All right? During this time was about roughly 536 BC. All right? Now, check this out. The 10 tribes, what? Read it from the top again.
Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land.
Carried away prisoner out of their own land, which was the land of Israel.
Right.
All right? You were carried away. We were carried away. Read.
Which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Salmanassar, the king of the Assyrians, led the northern kingdom away captives because the northern kingdom was worshiping idols.
Right.
All right? That's why the scripture says you were Gentiles carried away because you start having the customs of the other nations. All right? These last days, Christ is bringing the northern kingdom and southern kingdom back into the fold and joining them together as they were. All right, now check this out. Let's keep reading.
And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land.
That other land is America today. All right, now check this out.
But they took this counsel among themselves, that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Now, when the captivity was up, you took counsel among yourselves, right? You said, we're going to go to another country where never mankind dwelt and keep the commandments of God. All right, read.
That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Because when you was in Jerusalem, you didn't keep the commandments. That's why you went into captivity. That's why we went into captivity under the Assyrians.
Right.
Now, after your captivity was up, the time period was up, the Lord allowed us to be free from the Assyrians. We said we're going to go into another country where never mankind dwelt to do what? To keep the commandments of the Lord. Read.
And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
This is the route we took through the Euphrates. Euphrates River, right? By the narrow passages. All right? Keep reading.
Of the river. For the Most High then shewed signs of them for them and held still the flood till they were passed over.
The Lord held still the floods. Because you got to think, it was a lot. It was probably millions of people. All right? Read.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half.
How long did it take the natives to get to the Americas? Read it again.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely a year and a half.
How long did it take to get to the Americas? This is the route. A year and a half. Yes, you ain't just walked through no barrier straight on ice and just got here. A year and a half. Is that more?
And the same region is called
Arsaris. So what is this region called biblically? Read that part again. Hold up. Read that part again. Check this out.
And the same region is called Arsarith.
What is this region called biblically? Arsarith. Now, give me the Jewish encyclopedia.
Bring it out.
All right, and I'm gonna show you this too. Who else got it? I want her to see that too. Pull it up. The Jewish encyclopedia. All right, sis. I'm gonna show you something. Arsarith. Remember that this region is called Arsarith. And how long did it take us to get here? A year and a half. All right. That's when we led. That's when we were released from the captivity of who? Assyrians. The Assyrians, all right? This was around 536 BC. All right? Now check this out. I'm going to read this. All right? Listen. This is the Jewish encyclopedia, right? Read that.
Jewish encyclopedia. The name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses.
Because we're supposed to came here and it's supposed to have been observing the laws of Moses. But what did we start doing as the natives of this land? We started calling ourselves Aztecs, Incas, Mayans. So I sacrificing our own people, eating the hearts and all this stuff of our own people. Start sacrificing them to other gods. All right, read.
Until the time of restoration.
Until the time of restoration. We were supposed to be over here until the time of restoration. All right, to Christ. To the time of restoration. To Christ come to restore us back into the fold.
Right.
Read.
According to 4th Esdras 13 and 45.
Guess what? Guess who knew you was here? Read.
Columbus identified America with this land.
Sister, they took our Bible.
Right.
And they knew we were here. That's why they came here. Because the Lord said we will be cursed for not keeping his commandments.
Right.
They knew we were here. They didn't stumble and come here. They knew we were here. Now, why did we go into captivity? Why? Go to Deuteronomy 20:15. Why? Why did we get conquered and slaughtered?
Bring it out.
Here it is. Check this out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is Moses speaking to the Israelites when we left the captivity of the ancient Egyptians. We built the pyramids for Pharaoh. We are those people on the walls that you see with the pyramid. That's us. All right? He said if we don't listen, this during the time when Moses freed us from the captivity of the ancient Egyptians. He said what now?
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, if we didn't do his commandments, what was going to happen to us? All those what? Check this out. Read that part again.
I command thee this.
No, curse.
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
If we didn't listen to do his commandments, all the curses was going to come upon us and overtake us. Are curses good or bad? Very bad. That's the reason we are in the condition that we're in. We are cursed for not doing what? Keeping the Lord's what? What did we do? What did we do to get these curses on us? All right, I want you to listen, okay? We didn't keep the Lord's commandments. Read that from the top again.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So that's why we're in the position that we're in, sis, because we didn't keep the Lord's commandments. All right? Now you know how we got here, right? Now it's going to tell you why these people came and started conquering us, because we didn't do what? Keep the Lord's what? Commandments. Go to 49.
Verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Okay, sis, check this out. So, check this out. What's your name? You all right? You got to pay attention. All right? You got to pay attention.
Don't get distracted.
You get distracted. You get distracted very easily.
Stay with us.
Very easily. All right? They just like Israel. Get distracted easily. All right. Now check this out. Hey. So we were here, and you know that we're in the position that we're in because we broke the Lord's commandment.
Right.
Now check this out. We were supposed to come over this side of the land, right? And supposed to observe to do the Lord's commandments. But what we started doing, we started sacrificing ourselves to idol gods and all this stuff. Here's what the Lord did. Verse 49.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
What nation came to this side of the land from far? The Spaniards. All right, read.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Now he's telling you that this nation will carry the emblem of the eagle. All right, when you look on the back of the Greek coin, they had the eagle. The Roman coin, they had the eagle. The Spaniard coin, the eagle. American coin, the eagle. What am I telling you? The emblem that the so-called white race use is the emblem of who? The eagle. You understand what I'm saying? If you look on the back of any coin, it'll be the emblem of the eagle. All right? That's what this is saying. Now read.
And a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Because we didn't speak Spanish or English when they came. These are pictures of ancient artifacts. They are in museums today. They found some of these things in Mexico. All right? We spoke Hebrew. All right? This is a picture of a rock that has the actual 10 Commandments on them in Hebrew. They're in museums today. All right, read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
So they didn't care if you were young or old. They took babies out of the mother's stomach, bashed them to rocks, fed them to dogs, burnt us alive. All right, they hung us up by the 13, representing the 12 tribes of Israel and Jesus Christ. All right, they did all this to us. Gave us smallpox, yellow fever, killed the oxen by the millions, wiped out the oxen. All right? All right, the buffalo. All right, is there more on that? All right? So what I'm telling you, this happened to us because we didn't do what? Keep what? The Lord, there's more than 10, but we didn't keep all his commandments.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example.